All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. After some speculation following the Los Angeles Lakers' elimination from these NBA playoffs, they have decided to move on from Darvin Ham as their head coach. In 2 years as the Lakers head coach, Ham's regular season record was 90 and 74 while he was 9 and 12 in the postseason. To me, Darvin Ham walked into a difficult situation, and at the end of the day, he was able to make the most of it. Now, last season, Ham was handed a veteran roster, and again, like I said, he just found a way to make the most of it. Last season, we saw that late season surge by the Lakers, which came on the heels of some trades that resulted in them being able to save face, make a run in the play-in tournament, and then, of course, make a surprising appearance in the Western Conference Finals. And after that surprising trip to the Western Conference Finals last year, there were some people who said, you know what, the Lakers could be able to just do it again. But that was not the case. This season, the Lakers, they started off slow. Then, we saw them really kick it into gear and win that in season tournament. They took a lull after that before finishing strong, but then once again, having to settle for a spot in the play in tournament. Now, last year, we saw the Lakers get swept by the Denver Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals, while this time around, they got the gentleman sweep in round number one. Now, at the end of the day, in my opinion, the Lakers fired Ham for their own shortcomings. And I say this because you look at the Lakers losing to the Nuggets. At the end of the day, the Lakers do have a decent team. Okay, not a championship team, but a decent team. Nonetheless, they simply do not match up well with the Nuggets. And you look at the last two playoff series, okay? In those 9 games, LA, of course, is 1-8. But for the most part, they've been in every single game. They've been right there. But of course, you look at it, Denver just has the finishers, number one, and the likes of Jamal Murray and, of course, Nikola Jokic. Then on top of that, Denver is just deeper. And most importantly, Denver is just a better team. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if you're the Lakers, okay, and you face the Nuggets, of course, defending NBA champions, you've got to bring your A game. And I'm not talking about LeBron and AD, okay, because they're going to get theirs. But I'm talking about the other players, the D'Angelo Russells, the Rui Hachimuras, the Austin Reeves of the world, guys like that. They've got to bring their A game each and every game if you're going to go out there and beat the Nuggets. And of course, that was not the case. And at the end of the day, Darvin Ham, unfortunately, became the scapegoat. I'm going to put it to you just like that. Darvin Ham was not the guy who constructed this roster, and for me, why are people? Some people are quick to criticize the Darvin Ham for what happened with the Lakers. Why aren't people questioning and criticizing Rob Pelinka? Okay, the guy that put this team together. If you look at this Lakers roster, it's not a championship roster. Okay, they basically came back with the same team that they had last year. And I think it's one of those where they kind of believe their own press clippings to say, hey, you know what? We got to the Western Conference Finals. No big deal. Just add some water, stir and mix, and we could be right back in this thing again this year. Not so simple. The West got better. Okay. The West is much deeper. And I think the Lakers found that out the hard way throughout this NBA season. And then on top of that, if you're talking about trying to beat the Nuggets, you can't really come back with the same team that you just got swept with last season and think, okay, it's no big thing. We're going to go out there and be able to do our thing. No, 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 no. The Nuggets are in a different class of the Lakers. It's that plain and simple. You look at LA, they don't have anybody that's going to make Nikola Jokic work for his points. And I say that because you go back to 2020 when they won that championship. The Lakers had multiple bodies that they could throw at the Joker. I'm not saying that you're going to sit up there and stop him. He's too talented. But, you just throw different bodies at him to make it work. And I mean, aside from Anthony Davis, who has his hands full with the Joker, they have zero impact players who are going to do that on this roster. And again, like I said before, aside from AD and LeBron, who are the consistent scorers for the Lakers? So I look at it like this because to me, the Lakers' issues go much deeper than a Darvin Ham. You look at it, Phil Jackson has not coached the Lakers since 2011. In that time, okay, we're talking about a franchise that has now had seven different head coaches. And of course, the next one is going to be the eighth. And championship season of 2020 aside, you go back and you look at the Lakers since Phil Jackson stepped down in 2011. This has been a very mediocre franchise. Okay. And they have a lot of issues. And of course, winning that championship a couple of years ago was able to mask that. But honestly, at the end of the day, the Lakers are not a championship team. And again, like I said before, Darvin Ham became the fall guy for all of this. You look at their options next season at head coach. Some of the names you're hearing out there, you're hearing former Milwaukee Bucks head coach Mike Budenholzer, Kenny Atkinson, who is currently an assistant coach with Golden State Warriors, JJ Redick, and Ty Lue. Okay, these are just some of the names that are being thrown around. I think the Lakers would throw a lot of money at Mike Budenholzer. I think the Lakers would throw a lot of money at Kenny Atkinson. I don't think that either one of those head coaches fit with the Lakers' current roster. A lot would have to change in order for that to work. JJ Redick becoming the Lakers head coach, to me, I think would just symbolize that, you know what, they're not serious about winning. You're talking about a guy who was a phenomenal 3-point shooter, yes, no previous assistant coach experience, no head coach experience. And now, you just bring him there. Just basically, it sounds like somebody who's just there to do the bidding of LeBron James since they're buddy buddy. Okay, Ty Lue looks like he's about to get a contract extension with the Los Angeles Clippers, and the timing is perfect for this because I think being that Ty Lue has been linked to the job is just going to make Ty Lue get more money from the Los Angeles Clippers. So at the end of the day, I'm not sure who would be the best fit for the Lakers head coach. I'm not sure who's going to go out there and wants to be a part of this mess because it is a mess because the Lakers are not close to being a championship team. I think what we're seeing from the Lakers right now is what they are. They're good enough to make the play-in tournament. They're good enough to possibly win one series, but honestly, from 1 to 15, this roster is not close to being in the mix to be a championship contender. Now, LeBron has his option for next year at $51 million. It's going to be interesting to see if he kicks it in or he looks to get another big deal. I think he's going to look to get more money, whether it be from the Lakers or somebody else. But I think LeBron definitely wants to get paid. AD, I do think picks up his player option for 43 million because he still has 3 years on top of the deal after that. But it wouldn't surprise me to see the Lakers try to package somebody like D'Angelo Russell, who has 1 more year on his contract, and a Rui Hachimura. What are they going to get back from them? I'm not sure. But nonetheless, this roster, and again, it falls into the lap of Rob Pelinka as far as I'm concerned, is not even close to being a championship team. Again, Darvin Ham did and got the most out of this team that he possibly could. The Lakers were a flawed team. The Lakers have been a flawed team, and they're not even close to being a championship caliber team. And I think we witnessed that this past week or so against the Denver Nuggets. So honestly, at the end of the day, with the Lakers letting Darvin Ham go, I think they kind of did him a favor because he no longer has to be attached to what's going on there, and it's going to be interesting to see what direction that this team goes at head coach. But it's going to be very interesting because again, so much turnover at the head coaching spot for the Lakers. I mean, you look at it since Phil Jackson left in 2011, no Laker head coach has lasted more than 3 years. Okay, so that right there smells of a lack of stability. What head coach in his right mind wants to be a part of that? Again, a guy like LeBron, as great as he is, he really doesn't last too much with head coaches himself. I think the longest run that a head coach had with LeBron, I do believe it was Mike Brown, his first time around with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So again, does anybody want to get into all of that? I'm not sure, but nonetheless, nobody should really be surprised that Darvin Ham is no longer the head coach of the Lakers. I think he was a perfect scapegoat. You look even throughout the season, towards the end of the season, and of course, here in the postseason, there was a lot of finger pointing, and you have people within that organization that lack accountability, that don't want accountability, and they're better at finger pointing and placing the blame on somebody else. So when it's all said and done, a guy like Darvin Ham became the expendable one. And because of that, he's looking for a new job. The Lakers are looking for a new head coach. And I'm not sure if there's anybody around who can fix the mess for the purple and gold. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank all of you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take this time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you haven't already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on the X, formerly known as Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. Now, you can check it out. Drop a line to be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, and I am signing off. And I'm saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.